Well, just days away now from the Democratic National Convention and 83 days until the presidential election. And a new poll out finding Vice President Kamala Harris has a perceived advantage over former President Trump on honesty and discipline.
But the same poll finding Americans are slightly more likely to trust Trump on the economy and immigration. Harris will be formally accepting the Democratic nomination at the party's convention next week. Our pollsters are here to weigh in, and political analyst. Erin Perrine is a Republican strategist joining us. John McLaughlin is a Trump pollster. Great to have you both. So both parties, as we know, are trying to define the vice president as she prepares to accept the Democratic nomination at the convention next week. So Erin, this idea of honesty and discipline, where's this coming from?
This is a tactic that's getting used to have a broader conversation with voters about what they consider their priorities. And so this is pollsters trying to find nuggets that they can pull out and be able to say, look, Kamala's ahead. But in this election, these are things that are going to matter. And to be honest, right now, what we're seeing in polling is a lot of the vibes. People are feeling better about Kamala Walls than they did about Biden-Harris. They feel that this is a stronger ticket in a different direction. And so for people, when it comes to how they perceive who they're voting for, this will be something that will likely matter come November.
Yeah, before we move on to the next poll, I'd love to hear, John, your take on this, the take on vibes moving the needle.
Well, what they're trying to do is change the whole conversation. I mean, she's Joe Biden's handpicked candidate. And we found that, ironically, I mean, a lot of these votes aren't movable, where you had the day before the Trump-Biden debate, where Trump definitely won the debate, we had Trump up too. A whole bunch of things went down and over the month of July, where basically Donald Trump survived an assassin's bullet by the grace of God. We had a great convention. Biden pulls out. Harris comes in. Nationally, we have Trump up too. There was some shifts in the votes. She got a little better with the African-American votes. We got strong on the rural areas among white voters. But it's a very close national race, and the fun's about to begin. The Trump Super PAC just put up $100 million of ads as of 2 days ago. So she's trying to define herself. The Trump campaign is going to let the voters know the truth. And we just did a study for the Media Research Center where most voters who are Democrats or independents who voted for Biden have no idea where she stands on the issues.
That cues it up nicely. We wanted to share that with our viewers because it's interesting, right? You think voters want to know the policies of who they might be voting for. So the Media Research Center putting this together out to the public, that the large majority of registered voters, Democrats and independents who voted for Biden in 2020, are mostly unaware about Harris's so-called controversial and radical positions on issues such as her sponsorship of the Green New Deal, abolishing ICE, and eliminating private health insurance. Between 71% and 86% of these Democrats and independents said they either had not heard of Harris's position or they were unsure about it. Erin, your thoughts on these findings?
It shows what a weak candidate she was in the 2020 cycle, that nobody even knows where she was in that cycle for the Democratic base. But this is exactly the type of definition that needs to be happening, not just with Democratic voters, but with those independent, swing, moderate voters, for them to know she might be saying right now that she doesn't want to end Medicare for all or the Green New Deal, even though she was an original co-sponsor on the legislation. She has flip-flopped. So how can you trust her? This is where that honesty argument comes in. So putting dollars, getting the message out there, if it's on TV, if it's text message, whatever the point of contact is, this is how you beat down the polling that says she can be trusted to be more honest when you show she has a long history of flip-flops on really important tax-raising policy issues.